Good afternoon, I'm Raylene Ramsey. This is your afternoon news fix for Wednesday, the 23rd of April. Building new public transport options in Auckland's northwest will be staged over time. Transport Minister Chris Bishop says NZTA is endorsing the investment case for Northwest Rapid Transit. Subject to funding, work on the Northwest Busway could begin from 2027. It includes a park and ride station from Brigham Creek and a chain of stations into the city. Bishop says it will be complex.
We need to be upfront about the fact that this is an expensive project. It will be a time-consuming project. It will take time to build, time to construct. It will involve property acquisition and it will involve consenting.
Earlier today, Bishop also announced progress on the Northern Expressway. The Transport Agency will start shoulder tapping Northland land owners along the planned 100-kilometre route. It runs from Warkworth to south of Whangarei, crossing the Brynderwen Hills east of the current road, which has suffered many slips in recent years. Construction begins next year on the first section from Warkworth to Tahana. Bishop says the first stage should be completed by 2032.
Route finalisation, land acquisition, the consenting and designations, and if we can do some early works before the first section is done, then we will do that.
Labour's leader says it's unacceptable to threaten RNZ funding. Deputy Prime Minister Winston Peters was grilled in an interview today by the public broadcaster about his party's bill to legally define a woman as an adult biological human female. Peters fired up after questioning, or under questioning I should say, calling RNZ an abuse to the taxpayer, which funds the station. And sooner or later he says they're going to cut that water off too. Opposition leader Chris Hipkins says axing funding would amount to censorship.
You can have a feisty interview as a minister where Winston Peters crossed the line, was saying because he didn't like the interview that somehow Radio New Zealand's funding was going to be threatened.
Winston Peters is being accused of attempting to damage the reputation of a former New Zealand First MP. The party leader claimed Tracy Martin passed legislation behind his back, allowing people to self-identify gender on passports. The legislation passed unanimously when NZ First was not in Parliament. Martin says Peters might like to get the facts.
I would have thought that individual who has supposedly lived his life by that and has defended his integrity and his reputation again and again and again might be a bit hesitant to go ahead and trash mine.
Hazmat crews are near a building in central Wellington after smoke was seen about 1:30. Azaria Howell is there.
Fire trucks are lining Bowen Street outside the Ministry of Education building and across the road from Parliament. Fire crews and police have been directing traffic and closed one side of the road. Vehicles on the scene range from standard fire trucks to a hazmat unit, breathing apparatus and an incident control unit. People in high-vis are sitting outside the office as water drips from a hydrant near the side of the road.
To sport, and last season's World Rugby Breakthrough Player of the Year, Wallace Sititi, has been named on the Chiefs' bench for Friday's clash with the Force after a quicker-than-expected recovery from knee surgery. But the Chiefs have lost Damien McKenzie, the All Blacks playmaker, missing with a hand injury. In demand, fullback Chance Nickel Klukstar has re-signed with the Warriors for another 2 NRL seasons. And that is your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update tomorrow morning from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.